Hey, what's up everybody? I'm SuperSonicJB. Don't you just love it when technology fails you? Yeah, I love it when my laptop keeps getting an error code screen. I mean, it's not as cool as when my phone battery dies, but hey, nobody's perfect. I really do gotta get my laptop working again so I can get this video out to you all. Thankfully, I have a friend who's gonna help me out by fixing it. Alright, let me just go ahead and give her a call here. Hello?
Hello there. I'm Shifty, an operator from the Arc Intelligence Department.
I don't know what any of that means, but I need some help right now. See, I'm trying to fix my laptop. Any chance you could help me?
I will be assisting you throughout the operation from here on out. Nice to be working with you.
Same here, Shifty, thanks.
I heard there's a new mission. Then I'll give you the direction and distance.
Wait, direction and distance? Am I going somewhere?
Yep.
Shifty, what does any of this have to do with fixing my laptop?
You can take your time, Commander.
What? What is that?
They are the ones who lead high-level raptures. Their combat capabilities are unparalleled. Judging from the simulation, our chances of success is high. But there's a high probability of us sustaining heavy losses, and a 24.35% probability of total annihilation.
Heavy losses? So, in order to fix my laptop, I had to fight a giant robot? How the heck does that make any sense?
Well, I'll be off then. I'll be in touch next time you all venture outside.
Wait, Shifty, please! Man, if only I had an army of waifus right now. Well, I tell you, these YouTube ads are getting more and more weird. One day you see some guy pretending that he likes Raid Shadow Legends, so you buy it. And then you get distracted by some big titty anime girls on the side of the page. You know, after making 3 videos involving waifu gacha games, YouTube thought it'd be appropriate to constantly advertise the newest No Nut November threat to me, as well as to the rest of the internet. I mean, what would my grandma think if she saw this? For real though, in modern times, anime girls are everywhere you look. Look, there's one there, there's one over here, and wow, there's even one in here. How nice! And lately, a lot of companies have jumped on the anime bandwagon and have started making their own content with sexy anime girls splattered all over it. And for the last few months, I've been getting so many ads for this one specific game called Goddess of Victory Nikke. Or is it pronounced Nike? No, this video is not sponsored by Nike, I'm telling you! For real though, this game has been advertised constantly lately, and the ads themselves can be pretty cringy and weird, not gonna lie.
How dare you! Don't you realize my enemy's already?
I've got a max level ammo myself. I also have a max level volume, privity, and diesel. Countless raptures and bosses have fallen before me. It's that simple.
This guy's face perfectly captures how I feel right now. But even still, that doesn't stop me from playing the game and making this review video on it. This game is available for both PC and mobile, by the way, and I mainly played this on PC, but did try the mobile version a bit too. And what did I think of this game, you may ask? Let's find out right now as I check out Goddess of Victory Nikke.
It's showtime!
Of course, when I tried out the mobile version, it took forever to install all the files. See, this is why I hate mobile games. Well, that and a lot of other reasons. I will admit, I really like the title screen's music here. It sounds really soothing. So the game starts out with this girl named Marianne, who is giving CPR to our character, who she refers to as Commander. Also, yeah, this game has full English voice acting, which is pretty nice, and I'll admit, the voice acting is really good in this game. Marianne's voice sounds very familiar too. Anyway, she says we were attacked while en route to our destination, and now enemy forces are surrounding us. She tells me to give her orders, and we finally get to start playing the game.
Marion activating combat mode.
Activating combat mode.
Be honest, we all knew I was going to make that joke. So Marianne gives us a breakdown of how the gameplay works. In this game, you tap or click on where you want to shoot your gun at. Your goal on every level is to destroy all the enemy robots. When you run out of ammo, you can reload automatically by doing absolutely nothing while your character hides behind cover. Sometimes in a battle, you'll encounter high-ranking enemies, or sometimes a boss battle, and you'll need to wipe out their health in order to win. The gameplay is pretty simple for the most part, and as you can clearly see here, every time you're shooting at enemies, you get a nice view of your teammates behind. And yeah, this happens in every single battle too, so get used to it. What? This ain't no game for little Timmies, that's for sure. At the end of each battle, we're rewarded with some supplies to help us on our missions, and we gain some XP too. After the battle, we find out that Marianne hurt her leg, so being a good commander I am, I try to bandage it up. But since she's a Nikke, which is basically a robot human thing, The bandages were serve no use for her. At least she appreciates the thought though. Now, in order to move on to the next level, you'll need to move across the map to the nearest enemy. I do like these little hub worlds here. They look nice. In the next cutscene, Marianne gets really flirty with us.
At least hold on to me a bit.
She deserves to be bonked. In the next battle, we learn about burst mode, which lets your party members use burst skills. These are basically special moves that deal tons of damage or give your characters buffs during battle. We even get to see some nice little animations play whenever we use these skills. Be careful though, because these skills are on a timer. In the next cutscene, we meet some new characters. Here we have Rappy and Anise, who come to see we survived the explosion from earlier. When they meet me, they start to doubt that I'm the new commander, but Rappy does some scanning and confirms we're indeed the new commander. But before we continue our conversation, we're attacked by more raptures and are thrown to our next stage. And in this stage, we get to switch characters and learn about all the different kinds of Nikke that we can use. In combat, just tap on a Nikke that you want to control, and you'll be able to give them orders. You got your Nikkes who can use rocket launchers like Anise. With rocket launchers, you deal splash damage around an entire area of enemies. Just tap and hold where you want to shoot, and boom! You can also charge your shots by holding down on the screen. But the longer you charge, the stronger your attack will be. Rockets are powerful but slow, so keep that in mind. After the battle, we find out that Rappy and Anise, former commander, was killed in battle because humans aren't nearly as strong as Nikkes in battle. Marianne yells at the two of them, saying that they failed their duties of protecting their commander. I mean, hey, look on the bright side. At least he wasn't around to see all these cringy-ass ads about this game nowadays. I tell them my name, they're shocked because apparently I'm a rookie commander who just graduated yesterday. Ladies, don't worry, I got this. I'll have you know I've played Call of Duty before, so clearly I'm capable of helping you fight in this war. And that ends Chapter 0, so now we move on to Chapter 1. Seriously, people, stop making Chapter 0s a thing in games. It's stupid. In the next battle, we learn more about burst skills. After you use the Burst 1 skill, you advance to Burst 2, then to Burst 3. However, you can only use burst skills that match the current stage, and some burst skills will require you to actually position where you want to shoot at. And then you have full burst mode, which is where your squad's attack power is up and will all fire wherever you command them to. After the battle ends, Marianne says that she's not feeling so good, so Rappy demands that she takes off her top.
Take off your top.
Oh boy, things are about to get spicy, and I'm not referring to this hot sauce in my hand right here. Marianne is embarrassed to be doing such a thing because the commander is right there.
The last thing they're thinking of when they see us is sex. Trust me. Isn't that right, Commander?
Here's the thing, girl. In modern times, people can be very horny. I mean, if Marianne's face looked like Sonic Adventure 2, I'd lose it.
Well, so you do see us that way. Interesting.
Alright, enough of that. Let's continue with the game. While exploring the map, we find some lost relics, which are basically little rewards that you can find on the map. In the next cutscene, we're introduced to another character named Shifty, and she's kind of like the Oracle from Batman in this game, and she speaks to you through a microphone while you're on the battlefield. She's basically like your tutorial in a nutshell. I don't know why, but she kind of looks like she'd be a VTuber.
Yep.
Anyways, in the next battle, we learn more about snipers. These weaker looking Nikke allow you to shoot enemies who are really far away. They control the same way as the other girls do, with you just holding down the screen and letting go to shoot. We also learn that clicking on a Nikke can also put them in a defensive stand if they're ever in danger. We also get to learn about shotgun Nikke, and they fire a large number of pellets at once, but the closer the enemy is, the more damage they can deal. We also come across enemies with barriers around them. If you deal enough damage to the barrier and the blue above them is gone, the barrier will be destroyed. Yeah, as you can clearly see, the game's got a lot of tutorials that it wants you to play through. Which makes sense considering there's a lot to take in, this is the beginning of the game, but it would have been nice to be able to skip these. At least the cutscenes can be skipped. Unfortunately, in the next cutscene, we find out that Marianne has been corrupted this entire time, and she was the one who shot down a transport ship. Also, I don't know what's up with the voice lines and text here, but they don't add up at all.
Yes, it does.
I did notice stuff like this happening in a few parts of the game, and I'm betting it's because of poor translation between regions. Anyways, Marianne becomes a hentai character and combines with the boss and tries to kill us. Thankfully, this boss is really easy. I just had to hit its weak points and it was defeated. Then we get to watch a beautiful anime-looking cutscene where the commander ends up having to finish off Marianne. He hesitates to do it because they are forming a close bond, but she helps him by pulling the trigger. And yeah, honestly, this scene was pretty sad to watch.
Commander. Thank you for your bandage.
And we lay her to rest with bandages on her head. Okay, moving on. Now we have finally reached the point where we can actually explore our base. Of course, the first thing the game teaches us is how to do a gacha pull. Each pull costs you a certain amount of gems, and you can pull up to 10 Nikke. Here's something that sucks though. You're going to be getting the same Nikkes over and over again multiple times. Which, yeah, is honestly kind of annoying. Every once in a while you randomly pull a rare Nikke, and I definitely recommend using them in battle. What, you don't need all those neons in your party? Come on, dude! We also learned how to level up our squad, and the game teaches us how to equip gear. So yeah, it's just like all the other gacha games out there with this tutorial. Shifty also goes into detail about setting up our squad, so our members each have a different first stage. Now, a lot of this stuff is locked at the beginning of the game, so you'll have to play through the campaign in order to unlock these features. Don't worry, the grinding's not that bad, but it's also not that good either. So our team ends up meeting another commander named Anderson, and he sounds an awful lot like the grandpa from Ben 10.
We can dispense with the formalities. Address me however you wish.
He wants to give us a test in the simulation room and sends us over there, where we meet Ingrid, who's apparently the CEO of Elysion. And wow, does her angry face look hilarious here. So she basically gives us a walkthrough of the simulation room. Here we can go into test battles and work on improving in battle. There's honestly a lot to take in here with all the info they give us on the simulation, but I'd rather not go too far down that rabbit hole. We also reveal our squad name, the Counters. That's right, we're named after all those down B moves in Smash Bros. Anderson and Ingrid sent us on a new mission, and now we can continue playing through the campaign. I also wanted to talk about this little messaging feature on the left. This allows you to chat with the other Nikke, and while their conversations aren't anything too special, it's still a nice feature and helps your bond develop with the characters. Now, there are 20 chapters in this game at the time of me making this video. Each chapter has you fight through several herds of enemies and a boss at the end. You'll also be watching a lot of cutscenes from time to time. Now, I'd be here for far too long if I went over what happens in every single chapter, so I'll just mention this. In Chapter 2, we meet Neon, who I'm pretty sure is voiced by the same person who voices Haru in Persona 5.
You shouldn't annoy a girl with an axe!
In this chapter, we encounter some smarter raptors who are capable enough to operate a power plant, and then they later demolish it trying to wipe out our squad. This leads to Anderson getting fed up because we failed their mission, and he banishes us to the outpost to operate without government surveillance. Man, he banned us harder than Gazpacho in that one episode of Chowder.
You're all banned! Banned!
And then we meet this bootleg-looking Marnie, who freaking steps on us! Boy, those Discord mods would be loving this right now. Overall, a lot happens in the game's story, and honestly, I thought the story was great. Now yeah, it's not perfect, and there is a ton of fan service and adult jokes everywhere in the game, but there's a lot of points where I found the writing to be fantastic. The characters themselves are fun and have great development, and the voice acting is top-notch to boot. It's honestly kind of surprising that I'm enjoying a game that originally made me cringe. The game even has an auto battle feature, which in modern times is pretty much unnecessary for any gacha games. It just saves a lot of time. Also, thanks to the auto battles, you can now admire the sick view of those explosions. What? You thought I was going to say something pervy? Heck no, this is a family-friendly channel, you little shits! Have some decency! Another thing I want to talk about is the Outpost. This is a human-controlled location on the surface where Anderson bans your squad to. There's a lot of buildings that you'll be reporting to as you play on through the story, and you can even level up some of these locations so you can get more resources. There's the Tactics Academy where your Nikke can go to school and become stronger in battle. There's the command center where tons of events take place. There's a recycling room where consoles can be used to upgrade your Nikke stats. Heck, there's even some small places where you can have fun, like at the amusement park and campsite. They even have an elevator, can you believe that? And since this is your typical gacha game, you also have your fair share of events going on for a limited time. I mean, just recently they did an April Fool's event where you got to play as Shifty, and it was hilarious.
Do you really want me to fight? Are you sure? Oh gosh. Whoa! What am I doing?
Heck, there was even a Chainsaw Man collab recently. I missed it, but I heard it was pretty hype. And in case anyone's wondering, yes, there are microtransactions. Of course, you all know how I feel about those. Be gone! Microtransactions can be a pain, especially if you're trying to get a good character, but thankfully they don't affect the story in any way. Get this, a doggo has his own shop, and he's adorable. And yes, you can make friends in this game too. Too bad nobody wanted to be my friend. And as I mentioned earlier, the game's soundtrack is absolutely amazing. Like, my god, I couldn't believe how awesome it was. There's tons of songs and vocals that sound absolutely fantastic. Last thing I want to mention is the game's art style. Overall, I think it looks really good. Now yeah, the characters may be really overly sexualized.
If anyone is giving you a hard time, let me know and I'll bite their heads off!
Stop that before YouTube cancels me! But really, the character designs look absolutely beautiful. So here's my overall thoughts on Goddess of Victory Nikke. Honestly, I thought it was a pretty good game overall. The gameplay was pretty fun, the story was really entertaining, and the music was beautiful. Is it a perfect game? No, it did have a few bad moments with the repetitive gameplay, and the game did glitch out from time to time on me, but still, I was blown away by just how good this game really was. If only the ads had more effort put into them!
That's right! Our family has Emma, Anis, and Rappy, and we've killed countless raptors and bosses. So what do you have?
With all my respect, sir, but I've long been the best Nikke commander.
Can I put that on my resume? Whew, I'm back. Honestly, the battle was pretty easy. That robot was a total pushover. And thankfully, after I beat him, my computer randomly fixed itself. So I guess Shifty was right in the end. Unfortunately, after that incident, all the power in my area went out. So now I'm going to try and make a phone call and to see if someone can get my power fixed. Hello?
Hello. This is the electronic integration system of the central government.
Not now, Shifty. Go back to your VTubing career.